The video is Lila Nishmas Mishmol Boch Mchaim Tzidoiv. I just came back from a bike ride with my son, and I was telling him a chiddush on the bike, and I want to share the other one. Machshava connects to a lot of what people sent. I want to thank, there's too many people to thank for all the different beautiful comments about Rab Shimon Bar Yochai, the 13 years of suffering of the Rebbe, wisdom teeth. We're going to try to put everything together. Here's a machshava. Tell me what you think. And of course it connects to the sefira of Hoid, which is Hoidah, and had to get close to the Rebbeinu Shalom, which is our goal. So here's the experience. First of all, on the bike, I told my son, this is the best way to prepare for Lag Boimel. He said, why? He said, because Lag Boimel, Rab Shimon Bar Yochai represented what's called Bitul HaYishus, to basically get rid of the physicality. You want to get close to Hashem, you get rid of the physical barrier between you and Hashem. Now, one way of doing that is exercise, especially if you go up the streets of Gate Hill Road and here in Muncie. It's something, an incredible blessing and a gift. So I told him that's one of the achanas. And this is not even my vort. I once said this by, I saw this in the Siva Shalom. He says over from the Baal Shem Tov that Meis Erev Shabbos, if someone dies Erev Shabbos, so it's Siman Yafeh. Why? Because a person Erev Shabbos, Meis means you're Meimis. You destroy, so to speak, you kill your physicality, and you go into Shabbos, you're only a neshama. In any case, that was the idea that I said on the bike, and I told him, it hit me, that we were discussing why is it that when it comes to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the cave, it's 13 years. Where did 13 years come? And it also connects to Rebbe, who was suffering with his tooth for 13 years. So, and by the way, there's a Chavis Alvavas who speaks about the tooth and the development of the baby, that the baby develops when it's suffering, when it actually goes through a certain suffering stage of the toothache, right? We know that there's a teething experience. What is that all about? And what's it connected to wisdom teeth? So here's the machshava that we're going to try to put together. Yud Gimel, of course, is Gematria Echad. It's Gematria Ahava. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the Zohar says, brought down the concept that the Rebbeinu Shalom loves us. That's one of the main themes. And in fact, the Zohar says if people knew how much Hashem loved them, they would roar like a lion and they would run after the Rebbeinu Shalom. That is the message that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was teaching us. And now it's beautiful. 13 years in the cave, taking rid of the physicality, experiencing dveikus with Hashem, bringing the concept of love to the Rebbeinu Shalom, of us, the Rebbeinu Shalom loving us. Then there's 13 years of Rebbe. Rabbi Nasi was suffering. Why was he suffering? Because the Rebbeinu Shalom said that this is how you're going to get closer to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So we know that Yisurim, of course, Yisurim is a concept of Yisurim Shalava. It brings you closer to Hashem. Rebbe represented that. The teeth represent wisdom and development. So Rebbe was also going through that experience. And then it takes us all to this sefira of Hoid. When I want to share with you the following. In his sefer, I told you many times, this is a sefer that transforms anyone, but you have to take it seriously. So Avigdor Miller and Shal B'Tochen to get with his parish. So he tells you how to train yourself to become a Baal B'Tochen. And he says one of the exercises that we just discussed in the Chabur that we have it twice a week, Avigdor Miller says that a person has to continuously say, to ask Hashem and thank Hashem. So for example, I was on the bike. I got on the bike and I said, I'm going on the bike with my son. Hashem, give us a safe trip. That's number one. Then I started going and I said, thank you Hashem for the safe trips. Thank you for taking care of us. Then I said, we're going up a hill. Hashem, please help me. And even though it sounds a little bit strange, come on, you really, every stage of the game, you're saying, Hashem, please, and thank, yes, that's how it develops. And actually, you have the most amazing experience. It was something so special. I felt so close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Simple ways of being able to recognize the goodness of Hashem, to recognize the Avos Hashem. This is the Dor, a generation that doesn't feel the love of Hashem. Now take it to the parasha. I'm going to leave you off with a Bam Kash I heard from my Rebbe, and it connects to all this. And that is, in the beginning of the parasha, it says, Sheish Shanim Tizras Sadecha, V'Sheish Shanim Tizmor Kamecha V'Safta to us. It says in the 6 years you're going to work, in the 7th you're going to have to rest. And then it says, V'Yisor Shabbos Aretz Achem Lo Ichlo, you're going to have food on the 7th year, but the food is going to be lecha, lavdecha, uletoishavcha, v'livemtecha, v'lachaya shebe'artzecha. What's the problem here? The pasuk says that there's going to be food. You're going to have food for yourself, but you're going to have to share it with everyone else, and it's going to be food for you and your animal. Don't we know in Parshas V'hoya im Shemoyer, right, in Sefer Dvarim, it says clearly, in Parshas Ekev, it says whenever it speaks about eating, it comes first the animal and then you. Why does it come the animal first and then you? Because the halacha states that you have to feed the animal before you. Why here is it different? Think about it, speak about it over Shabbos. Tell me a good answer.